Airplanes are much safer than you think. By Honest Anus. Okay, so here's a factoid for you. If you're concerned with airplanes, this is actually a factoid. Airplanes have paper-thin margins for defects. I know people talk about like envelopes and rigorous testing and stuff like that. We're not talking about paper-thin here. We're talking about like you take the thickness of a piece of paper, not the width, not the height that you're looking at it, the thickness of a piece of paper, and we're talking like a quarter of the size of that. So like that's what's allowable. And if you're anything like our pal, legally distinct AI Jeb Bush here, you probably think that that's absolutely ridiculous. Here's the thing, and I'm not going to share the proprietary information or the what goes into this, but I can share with you that in some cases, a lot of cases, but just ones I remember from my days in aerospace, uh, anything deeper than 0.01 millimeters has to be fixed or replaced. Okay, so you go from an inch, go to a centimeter, go to a millimeter, 1% of a millimeter, 10 micrometers. Human hair is like 0.07. So like we're talking like crazy thing here. Regular piece of paper, we're talking like 0.05. Okay, metal on airplane, we're talking 0.01. Yes, I know that there's like carbon fiber airplanes, stuff like that. I don't remember those off the top of my head. I remember this one off the top of my head. So just to get into this a little bit more so that it doesn't seem like just like a regular ass fact, okay? Airplane facts with Max, okay? Before this guy touches the airplane and the massive amounts of qualifications he needs, the massive amounts of experience that he has, all the work he's done to help people talk about how safe airplanes are and stuff like that. Before he even touches the airplane, this is the level of airplane that's expected to be delivered to a customer, okay? This is before any pilot has done a walk around, which we'll talk about here in a second. This is literally before everything. Okay, so when Captain AI here walks around his airplane, this is required before every time he flies. They document everything they see on an airplane, and after you've done it a couple times, it's actually relatively simple to do. Not necessarily easy, but simple to do because you know kind of what to look for. Um, you can see deflections in airplanes, and that stuff gets noted, and that stuff eventually gets replaced. I don't even check my headlights before I start driving. Okay, I think that's something you're supposed to do. I don't remember. Um, Legally distinct Jeb Bush loves this information. You know that we go from a quarter of a piece of paper to what's allowable, to pilots checking it every time, to incredibly highly trained, highly respected people who that's what is required to even look at it, like even to begin to work on it. Um, so yeah, airplanes are a lot higher quality than you think they are. Please clap. Thank you.